Nice. Okay. Well, welcome to the podcast. I hope everybody is doing well. Today we had a nice show that I'm going to talk to you about. But first, I'm going to break out my guitar so we can do our welcome song. Hello, welcome to the show. 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 Welcome to the podcast, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. Douglas, nice to see you again so quickly. How you guys doing? We just had a fun little show. It was fun for me as well. I think it was fun for the folks who were watching too. We did a song called "Keep on the Sunny Side," which if you've ever seen I believe it was, oh my goodness, now I can't remember the name of the movie. Very super famous movie. It'll come to me when the show's over, I promise. But it's been used in movies before. That great one with George Clooney and all those guys, and John Goodman. I can't think of the name of the show or the movie. It's an old song though. It's from the mid 1800s, and it's fantastic. Oh brother, where art thou? Thank you, Ray. Oh brother, where art thou? That's the one. But it's a very old song. The lyrics were written by a woman named, oh goodness, let me see if I can pull it up on the old Wikipedia. But it was popularized by a super famous family called the Carter family. The Carter family, you probably have heard of the name June Carter. She was married to Johnny Cash, and her mother was a woman named Mabel Carter, who I believe was doing something called Travis picking before even Merle Travis was doing Travis picking. So that's another discussion. Here it is. It was written in, let's see, somewhere between, it was written in 1899, the words by Ada Blankhorn, and the music was written by J. Howard Entwistle. So, old song. In 1928, the Carter family recorded it, and it was huge. Now, the Carter family, they were a sensation back in the day. Now, you have to imagine no internet. If you're watching this, I don't know how old you are, but basically the only way for you to hear anything far away, I think in 1928, I don't think anybody had TVs. If you did have a TV in 1928, if they were even around, you were super rich. But these guys would play on something called the Grand Ole Opry, which is still around, and that would be broadcast, I think, and syndicated across the country. And this is a huge song. So it goes something like this. Let's see. Oh, gotta do that. I'll play it for you. There's a dark and troubled side of life. There's some bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all the way, if we keep on the sunny side of life. So I won't play the whole song, but I wanted to do that song for a couple reasons today. I like the melody. I think, although there are a lot of words to it, it's something that a child, I believe, could wrap his or her mind around. That's one. Two, the song's got a great history. Three, it's cold, and I'm tired of this cold, and it makes me think of the sun. So it keeps me positive, keeps me happy. When we choose our songs, we try to not go too dark and deep into things, but this is an interesting tune because with very simple language, it expresses the fact that life is not always easy, but there is a bright side. There are also religious undertones to it, which I did not address during the stream. So those were a couple of the reasons I did the song. But another reason is that I just restrung this guitar. This guitar is my 1972 Guild, and it sounds very, very, very different than my, Firk that's only a few years old. And this was a great opportunity to show the kids what the difference, because if you look at these guitars, right? I don't know if you can see them so well. I'm sitting behind my computer. But these guitars are the exact same body shape. This is called a dreadnought. The dreadnought body shape, I believe, was invented by C.F. Martin. And this was invented back in the day before there was amplification so that the guitar could cut through and compete with the fiddle. The fiddle player was the electric guitarist, or now the rapper or producer of the day. The fiddle player was the one who was the star. Okay, so this had to compete with all that. But these guitars, they're the exact same shape, but they sound very different. If you just listen. Compared to... that might not have been a good comparison. So here, I'll try to do it this way instead. Nope. I'll just play you a G chord of each. So we've got this. Try to keep that in your ear. As compared to, of course, this guitar is a lot punchier, okay? It's a lot brighter. There's a lot more mids and highs than this guitar has. This guitar has a lot more overtones, right? Very, very different personalities. And a guitar like this has a spruce top, and I did a comparison. Kids, what's different, what's the same? And one of the things that you notice between these two guitars is clearly the color of the soundboard. The soundboard, this is a cedar guitar. This is a spruce top guitar. And I feel like, it's all the player. I don't care if it's a great musician, they'll make anything sound good. But I feel this really has a lot more of that sort of country bluegrass. My friend Jens, who's a really good guitar player, would probably laugh at that little run back there. But so it's nice for the kids to start to understand that, because when it comes to choosing an instrument, again, you could have the same shape of guitar, but they're going to sound incredibly different. And everybody's got a different taste. I played this guitar, my cedar top, a lot more than I played this guitar, because I guess this was broken for a very long time. But I got it fixed and it sounds nice. And this has its place for certain music as well. And when I play with my friend Michael Sappington, we have a folk group called the Folk Trails, where we explore songs like Keep on the Sunny Side, and we also write our own music. This lends itself to a lot of that kind of music. That has a different use. And of course, we have a very clever young woman who's been coming to almost all the shows. Her name is Anna. I think she's like 8 or 9 years old, something like that. Her mother, they watch almost every day. Her mother's a cellist, so there's that musical stuff that's passing through. And she thought one was a classical guitar and one was a steel string, which of course they're both steel strings. And it just so happens Freddie has a nylon string guitar. And again, completely, I do not consider these the same instruments. I consider them completely different instruments. The way, I can't even play this correctly. It's a completely different personality. So today was a nice way of showing these kids what two guitars that are the same shape sound like, and then what a classical guitar with nylon string sounds like. Yeah, I do not consider this the same instrument. It's a completely different thing in my mind. And then finally, I showed them the mandolin because all of this was leading up to our grand finale, which was to try to put these together. And I'll show you how we did that in a second. And the mandolin also has its own personality. So I like featuring different instruments on the show because I just like planting those seeds for the kids. I think that's important. I think that's important that we start to listen to these things a little bit more closely. My mentor in college is a guy named Steve Cope, and he's a painter and he's wonderful. And he used to say something where he would talk about we are aesthetically blind, and this is before cell phones. But basically he said, we walk around, we listen to our music, but because we still had CD players and stuff like that back in the day, or I guess iPods then. But we don't look around at the beautiful things around us. These trees, these sunsets, we're aesthetically blind. And I feel like a lot of people might look at a guitar and say, well, the guitar is a guitar is a guitar. I clearly don't agree with that. I think everyone has its personality, and every guitar sort of fits differently with a different person if you're listening for it. So being able to get kids at a young enough age, hopefully, to start to discern the personality traits of different guitars or different instruments and what they bring to a song, and it was cool because when there are so many ways to execute on a song, if you're playing solo, right, generally, unless you're one of my friends like Alexander Misko or Thomas Lieb, generally it sounds a lot smaller, right? One person, one voice. There are very skilled guitarists who can make it sound bigger than that. But, sometimes what duo players will do, or when there's more than one guitar, they'll take one of these jobbies, which is called a capo, and they'll play the chords a bit higher up the neck. So you've got a second voice. You get the picture. But sadly, I'm alone today, so I couldn't show them what that sounds like together. Or could I? Luckily for me, I had my looper. So, I really wanted them to hear the whole package. So I'll play you what I recorded on the looper, and here we go. So I recorded the guitar on the chorus, the second part of the guitar with a capo, right? The mandolin, and 2-part harmonies. It sounds like this. Keep on sunny side, always on sunny side. Keep on sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten our way. Keep on sunny side of life. So that was the ball game today. I'm loving this show. I feel like it's helping me think better as a musician, because when you try to explain anything to a child, right, that's second nature to you, you're forced to then examine the micro parts and really understand it better. An example is I started teaching English when I moved here 14 years ago, and I was able to execute on university level papers and research papers and things like that, but I didn't understand all the nuances of grammar because it was second nature to me. I was a native speaker. It was through teaching that I learned. So I'm having so much fun doing this because I'm learning an exponential amount. And that's what's up. I'm digging it. Tomorrow we're back with Freddie. I forget what we're doing tomorrow, but it'll be fun, whatever it is. We're going to be introducing the theremin later this week to the kids. And I think we're also fulfilling our promise to go to Brazil and do some Brazilian music. So that's going to be fun. So if you listen to this, thanks a lot. Much appreciated. If you like what we're doing on the show, please tell parents. I am one half of Another Mother. My name is Guy Palumbo. If you want to help support us so we can keep doing this stuff, we've got our digital tip jar set up right here. It's paypal.anothermothermusic, and we appreciate every little bit during this time. So, folks, thanks a lot. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. I suppose I'll play you out with our goodbye song. Goodbye, we'll see you next time. Goodbye, we'll see you next time. Oh, goodbye, we'll see you next time. Goodbye, we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.